You are Locked On Fantasy Basketball, your daily podcast on fantasy basketball. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball podcast brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd and I am the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com, and you can find me on Twitter as always at redrock_bball. Today we're doing a mock auction draft, so strap yourselves in. It's probably going to be a little bit of a longer podcast than usual because these auction drafts tend to go longer than snake drafts. So I'm going to be talking about some of the tips that I talked about in yesterday's show. Hopefully all that works out in my favor and my team ends up being a strong one. Michael Bolton, he doesn't have a team, but he is here ready to watch the auction.
Let's get to it.
All right, we are ready to get stuck straight into this auction draft. Just before we do open up the screen there, my initial plan is, because of the dearth of quality big men in the league, I'm going for a punt blocks and probably punt field goal percentage type of build. But again, I still need to make sure I'm getting my rebounds from guys. I'm going to have certain targets I'm looking for, and I'm going to go with a balanced approach to this auction draft. So we'll see how that all pans out. All right, guys, we are ready to kick this off. Let's bring up the draft screen. A minute 27 until we kick off here. As you can see up the top there, next to my head, if you are watching, I've got a couple of guys in my queue there that I'm really looking to target. Kevin Love, Mick Conley, the artist formerly known as Torian Prince, Eric Bledsoe. There's some guys who I think are going to be some decent value plays for me for this coming draft. There's some guys that I'm looking at. We had to have a little bit of a delay here as we waited for some guys to get in to the draft, but we're ready to go now. James Harden has been put up as the first nomination. Then I had to pause the draft to get those replacements, so he's up there for $1, so he's going to be the first guy that gets bid on. Yahoo's got him valued as a $68 guy, but as you can see, he's going above that, as I talked about in yesterday's show on the average prices. People tends to go higher. Now, I think in my build, Harden is an $83 player if I'm punting field goal percentage, but overall, he's probably a $68 guy, which is right about where Yahoo has got him, coincidentally. But if he's going at set 76, again, that's moving back into that, maybe that area where the stars and scrubs type of zone. So I'm not going to be looking at James Harden as a guy to get on my team. It's fine. I'm going for that balanced approach. But if he's coming in at $50, I'm going to bid. And I'm going to try and get him up there. I'm going to push him. I want to push him above that 68. I want to push him to 75. I want to push him to 80. And even though my punt build is telling me that Harden is worth $83 in this build, I don't want to spend $83 on a player. I probably don't want to spend more than $50 on any guy, would be my aim. Around $20 to $25 is probably the best way to go. I don't know where Alex's team has just gone. We're ready to start and he's just disappeared. So that is 100% frustrating. All right, he's back involved here. All right, let's go. We're up here. Harden is at $68 already, so someone has started off. So 6 seconds to go on this bid. Let's see, does anyone go higher than the 68, or is he going to go right on that value? No, he's gone there for $67 to James's swag team. So that, again, now we're looking at that. There's a little bit of value there for Jimmy Harden in that zone. Let's see who watched the boxes, which is Mike Catron. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce your name, Mike. I apologize. I always know you as watching the boxes. So he is going in here and bidding, and he is throwing out LeBron James. Now, LeBron is not a guy that I'm wanting here. The way my build looks, he's a $39 guy, but even overall, in a full 9-cat value, I've got him as a $41 player. I don't think that's the sort of player that I'm looking to get for here. He's up to 33, and Yahoo's got him as a $58 guy with an average price of over 70. So if we can push LeBron up over 60, and again, the way that Harden started off was pretty cheap, but nearly always with these top couple of guys, the first 2 or 3 guys off, one guy tends to go cheap. We'll see if LeBron will go cheap as well. He is a $58 projected value here from Yahoo. I'd like to get him off the board for $60 and see how that goes. I'd like James to bid for him, to be honest, so I can get a lot of money off James there after his bid of 133. We're at 50 for LeBron, 51. Alex's team dropping out again. Don't know what's going on. I know that's not even Alex, because Alex didn't even turn up for the draft, so we've got someone else to replace him, but his name is still Alex's team. Let's get LeBron out there. He's at 52 at the moment. Some pretty slow bidding. That's a pretty decent price for LeBron. All right, so as we can see, prices are pretty reasonable here at the moment for these guys. That was Alex's team auto bidding LeBron at $52. Mike Barner throws Victor Oladipo out there as the third player. Now, Vic is an interesting guy. He's got a projected price on Yahoo of $47. I'm looking at him as a guy who was around that price point. But look, if he's going to stay at that 36, I'll throw a bid on him at 37. I'll take him for 37 if no one wants to go higher than that. Okay, I'm auto bidding here with Alex because he has dropped out there at 39.40. It's getting a little bit too much for me. It's not egregiously high. 41. Kyle's getting in. I have concerns with Oladipo this season, as I mentioned before, that if the steals and blocks regress a little bit, he loses quite a bit of his value. All right, so Kyle gets in for 41. So everyone so far is going underpriced. That's very, very interesting. And it's a good idea to be able to look at this and see how these guys are going. Now, here's the real barometer. Anthony Davis has been thrown out there by James's swag team. He's at 50. Davis has been averaging $76. He's got a projection of $67. I value him in this league as like a $97 player. I won't be obviously going that high, and I won't be bidding up on him. I'll try and bid him up there. I just bid 67 to try and get him off the board. Someone took him off me. Now, this is the area. He's at 70. Price enforcement here, I think you should go for more than this, but it's too risky. I don't want Davis on my team at this point. I don't want to spend $70 on one player, so I'm out on price enforcement. So we've got Mike that's up there with Greg. They're going back and forward 71, 72. This is a head-to-head league, by the way. For those of you who are unaware, 9-cat head-to-head league. So Anthony Davis goes for 72. Okay, so we get the idea here. Everyone's going cheaper, $4 or $5 cheaper for all these players. That is important for us to know when we're looking at all these guys. Russell Westbrook has now been thrown out by Kyle. I think Westbrook's going to go for a real steal here. Projection 49, an average of 61. Let's see exactly where Russ goes. The injury is going to scare people off, and I've got no. I understand why. I'm a little bit worried about Westbrook's knee personally. He is. I think he's a $60 type player here, but look, he's at the moment he's at 41, and that might be a price that I could get myself interested in. Kyle's got him at 42. Let's just throw one out there at 44. Get the bidding going. All right, now we've got some people going here. Again, generally I don't want a top 10 guy on my team. That's just the way that I like to look at of these auction drafts. We've seen everyone go who's been nominated so far has been a top level player. So getting that cash off the board is pretty important. $49 for Westbrook. Strong price. That was Yahoo's projection for him. I value him a little bit more than that, but as you can see, this is going well under the averages. I'll probably stop saying that now because otherwise I'm just going to say it for every player. Now, this is an interesting one. Lonzo, is this One Last Dance nominating? Is this a Lonzo fan or someone trying to get someone else to buy into the Lonzo hype? I've got Ball here as about a $22 player. Yahoo's got him. What do they got him at? As a $10 guy with an average of $13. I'll throw $6 on him. I'll be okay with getting Lonzo for $6. All Fake Aminu's. Interesting name. He's at $7 at the moment, Lonzo. I think there's obviously value in that. I'll take him there at 9. He's up to 11 now. Again, I've got him as a $22 player. Do I take one more crack at him there? Greg's jumping in at 12. There's still some value here in Lonzo, some pretty significant value, but I reckon I might be out there at 13, just because I'm a little bit unsure with Lonzo for this coming. I'm a little bit. Well, you know what? Now I'm getting tempted to get back in, but he's getting up. Yeah, okay, $15 now for Lonzo. Again, I've got him as a $22 player. Up to 15 is probably a little bit. Yeah, I'm not willing to go there yet. But Kyle grabbed him, and that's pretty good value. Now Kyle's team is looking strong. They've got Victor Oladipo and Lonzo Ball both undervalued. So I think a lot of value there with Kyle and those couple of selections. Greg is up to nominate now. There's me and Mike. Tom from Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous, Mike Apotria, and MC Nick So Sick, terrible name, and All Fake Aminu's. We haven't bid on any play yet. Giannis is out. Tom's gone sick. He's gone $65 straight onto Giannis's head. I've got Giannis. I think he's like a $50 or $60 guy in this team, and he's off. He's gone. Tom just went sick. Now, that's a risk there. Greg nominated him for $1. Tom went bang, $65. No one else bid. You might have been able to get him for $60. You might have been able to get him for $55. And now Tom has gone completely stars and scrubs. He's gone with Towns here at $65. So he has opened the bidding at $65, and he got Towns and Giannis for a combined $130. And you can say that's value, it's fine, but he's in real trouble now with $70 left to fill out the other 11 spots on his team, and that is not not what I'm really into. What else are we looking at? Who's up next? Devin Booker at $21. This could be one I get into. If I got him as a $46 player, let's go in at 24 and see if I can get him. Are people scared off with the hand injuries is the big question here. $27 is up to one last dance has jumped in on Booker. I think I'd go max 32 here on Dev. Actually, I'll go to the 34 on him. I think there's some value here on Devin Booker. Fits what I want to do. Kyle and Micah Potria from Hoopball going back and forward. 32. Let's see. 33 here for Booker. Yep, let's throw a bit on him. I'll get him at 33. Come on, guys. Let him fall. It's probably the most I want to spend on a player around this mark. Yeah, Kyle just went in at 34. Now, I've got to look at this. Do I want Kyle to have 3 guys off the board and have $100 left? No, let's go one more. See if I can get an extra dollar. Squeeze an extra dollar out of Kyle. Because if I can get more money off the books for Kyle, I'll be pretty happy. Or I'm going to end up with Booker. All right, that's fine. I'll get him at $35. I think that's okay. It's undervalue of what my build is. Probably a couple of dollars extra, but I like to give myself that buffer when looking at these players. I'm not the guys I want. Yeah, I think I might throw Conley out soon. Nick Jokic at $60. Bang, that's a big way to start off with Jokic. I've got him as around that sort of a price player. Projected 54, average of 58. So that's a really aggressive starting bid for Jokic. I don't see the need for it. Start him at 40. Like, what if no one wants to go out and throw that sort of money on you? Look, I love Jokic, but it's too high to start him off. You've probably cost yourself $5 or $6 on him right there. Now he has gone up to 64, but there's no guarantee he would have gone that high if you started him at 45. So all that was MC Nick So Sick that got that one. I think that's Chris who took over that team. So Chris, congratulations, you have Nikola Jokic.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
All fake Aminus starts off the bidding on Kemba Walker at $20. Now, Kemba is ridiculously priced at $46 on Yahoo. In general, he's not worth that. I've got him around a $40 guy in my build. Well, let's see where his price ends up going to. In general, he should be around a $30 guy. That 46 there's no way that you should be looking at him there at that price. I don't mind getting him at that area. Let's see exactly how this works. Kemba at 33, it's probably getting a little bit too high. 38, yeah. Now look, that now people are pushing way too high, and I think some of them are being pushed by that projected value, which is too high. Too high for that for me. Okay, I'm nominating someone. Who am I going to throw out there that I don't want in this situation? Let's throw out. Let's get Rudy Gobert off the board. All right, let's go. Gobert with a projected value of $28. I don't want him at all in this situation. I want him off the board. So let's see how this all goes down. Can I get $30 of Gobert off the board here? Is it 29? Yep. All right. So this is good. This is getting these guys off the board. Gobert still at 30. I'm happy with that. I had no interest in getting Rudy Gobert, and I'm getting $30 off somebody else's team. We've still got Micah Potria, who hasn't got anyone yet. Mike Catron, who hasn't got anyone either. And they're the two guys who are going back and forward here on Rudy. So one of them is going to get him. Mike jumps in and gets himself Rudy Gobert for the first time. So everyone is off the board now. Oh, sorry, Mike Barner, all the Mikes. Mike Barner and Micah Potria have not grabbed a player yet. Alex is back to nominating, which I believe might be Josh, who's in that spot. Where are we at? Andre Drummond. Now, I want nothing to do with Andre Drummond, but he's only sitting at $4. Someone is going to want to come in and bid on Andre Drummond here, because that is not an ideal price to let him go for. $10 now for Drummond. He's got a projected value of $27, but he's going at 33. I am worried about Drummond this season, as I've spoken about. The assist numbers just really cratered when Blake Griffin arrived, and his free throw percentage declined over the season. He's still a punt free throw guy, even though he did improve significantly. He'll get your rebounds, he'll get steals, he'll get blocks. The assist is what really did bump him up a while or quite a bit last season. And if they drop back down to that 2 per game instead of 4 per game, it is a pretty significant chunk. We've got Drummond now sitting at $27, right on his projected number. And we've got Kyle looking at Andre Drummond. Now I'm imagining Kyle's going with his standard build of punting field goal percentage and punting free throw percentage. And if you look at his team, he's got Lonzo Ball, which fits perfectly in that mode. Andre Drummond with his poor free throw percentage fits pretty well in that area as well. And Kyle ends up with him for $28. So Kyle has 3 guys off the board, the largest amount of players anyone has. The only other guy with 2 guys done is Tom, who has Yanni and Towns, and he's going to be struggling to make bids on players or be able to win most bids on players now, given the way that he has set his team up. Steph Curry ready to go here. $60 for Steph is what I've got him valued at. Yahoo's got him at 67. He's already at 53 at the moment. I'll be letting Steph go through and let a bit of money go off the board. We've still got Durant, Lillard, Kauai, Paulie George. Those guys need to come off the board. Benny Simmons is another guy I think will come off the board that I won't be interested in. I don't want Chris Paul. So these are other options for me to nominate players. Curry up to 60 now. That's interesting. Again, projected 67. He's pushing up there. So a couple of those guys, and again, some of the early guys one of the early guys will go cheap. We saw Harden go pretty cheap. We saw Westbrook go pretty cheap. Some of these guys will go cheap, and then other guys we should go, shit, I don't have a I don't have a top guy, and people will start panicking. Oh, there's no one left. So you might see Durant, you might see Kauai, you might see Lillard really start to bump up here. Let's hope so. Get some cash out. Mike Barner throwing Draymond Green out there. Oh, I don't want anything to do with Draymond. I've got him as about a $25 guy. Yahoo has him at around 25 as well, but he should go higher than that. I just find it hard to win with Draymond, just given the given the lack of points. He's already at $26, so that's I guess somewhat of a relief there. At least he's getting some cash off the board. $28 for Draymond. He's been going at 29 on average on Yahoo as well. So I'll let other people go and take Dre for some other guys. Let's go. Draymond goes for $31 to Mike Apotria. So we're still waiting for Mike Barner to get off the board. He's employing my strategy here. James Swag is up. He's thrown Joel the Process Embiid out there. Embiid's at $28 already. Not thinking I'm going to want too much to do with that Embiid at this point, just given what the way my team looks. Okay. What's Embiid worth? I got him as a $47 guy, so maybe I can get involved. He's only worth 36 here. Again, I want to go for more of these lower guys. I love Embiid, obviously, as a player. He's at 40 now. That's probably going to take me out of Embiid. Now, there is a fine line here. I can wait too long and not be able to get any players if I'm being too cautious with stuff. That is a concern. No doubt about that. That's a concern. And I have to wait and see exactly how that all that pans out for these guys. Let's have a look. All right, so Embiid at $44, still going up. This is good, getting some cash off the board here. Where are we? $45 for all fake Aminus. $46 for Embiid. So currently all I have on my team is Devin Booker, and I'm not entirely pleased with it. I like Booker. I think there's value in me getting him there, but I'm not happy with spending the $35. I would have rather saved a little bit of money. We've got Kyle and Tom, who are both under $100 left at the moment, which is interesting. I've got $165. It's me and Mike and the other Mike Barner, Mike Apotria, with a similar amount of money left. Barner's got $200 left. Kauai here, ready to go. He's got a projected value of 47. He's going at over 50. Let's see where Kauai ends up going. Now, what have I got Kauai ranked as? I've got him as a pretty expensive guy, a $61 player. I think there is some value here in Kauai. I'm considering whether I get in on the bidding. I'm not sure that I want to. Just even though there is some value there, I think I might go a different direction. But again, in this sort of a league, it is tough. Now, I thought Kyle would go a bit more balanced than what he has. He's going a little bit heavier on some players, which is different to what he normally does, but still, I think he's getting a lot of value. And it makes me feel a little bit better. Now, I think obviously Mike Barner's going a little bit more balanced as well. I like to just really swoop in on these mid-round guys. I get my Toby Harrises, get my Eric Bledsoes and Kev Love. 57 here for Kauai, 58. He is a $60 player here, so this is good pricing. You're really, really going above that projected 47, which is a nonsense price on Yahoo. So if you're against guys who don't necessarily know what they're doing, getting Kauai at 47, I think, is a reasonable strategy if you want one of those top guys. There is a lot of value there in Kawhi Leonard, as there is with Paul George. Kawhi goes for 59 to Greggy Ehrenberg.
As Greg runs in, we realise this could get dangerous.
There's a lot of smack talk going on, which you can see on the video here down the bottom of the screen. Larry Nance, who the hell threw that out? One last dance for Larry Nance. So he's throwing him out as a $1 player. I've got Nance ranked as a $7 player, but he still comes down in a little bit undervalued. What, he went for $1? That was, Jesus, that was quick. I didn't even see that go. Wow, that was a massive steal. Well done. One last dance. Kevin Durant's out there. Let's go. Let's start getting some cash out on Durant. 32 for Kyle, 52. Durant is priced as a $60 guy, 71 on Yahoo. I've got him as a $61 guy. Again, I'll let everyone take the cash off the board. We've got now Greg, Kyle, Tom, all under $100, which is good news. I like to get that money off the board. It's still Mike Barner just refusing to do anything here. Just refusing to get his queue something, get it ready. I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is. And by the way, I just can't stand the Yahoo platform. There is so little flexibility. The design is just absolutely burning my eyes. I just don't like playing on Yahoo. I'm doing it here just to give you guys an example of how things work on Yahoo. I just hate it. I just do not like this site at all. Playing on it, the lack of flexibility is astonishing to me. Kevin Durant goes for $64. That's pretty good value. Now, Benny Simmons, Tom has started him off with a $40 bid. I've got him as about a $43 player. Yahoo's got him as a $41 guy. He's currently at $43. Tom, I want Tom to win this. Is he going to bid again? Because I want that money off the board. And really handy. If you can get one guy handicapped, which Tom would have a good start with Giannis and Towns and Simmons. He's not going back that direction, but I want them handicapped. One last dance going in here with Simo at 49, and that's going to put him at 3 players and under $100 left. Let's see exactly how that goes. 51 now for Simo. Happy to get this extra again. Every time I see someone going $10, $12, $15 over what I would value them and what their projected value is, I get really, really excited, and I probably shouldn't get that excited, but it is really good news in that regard, just for getting that cash off the board. Like an average cost of 44, and Simmons is currently sitting at 54. Come on, guys, keep throwing the cash out. I'm not going to bid it up, but that's fine. 54, he goes there to one last dance. He's down to under $100 left as well, so I'm happy with that. Again, just going through everyone. Mike Barner still yet to get anyone, and then it's me, Mike Apotria, and Chris, who's at MC Nick So Sick. We all have one guy, as well as all fake Aminus. Mike Apotria throwing out Brattles Beal. I think Beal is an interesting guy for me to look at here. I've got him as a $31 guy, but Yahoo's got him at $37. Let's see if he comes under that. I'd be happy to spend $24, $25 on him. He's already at 26, so probably not going to get in on Bealo there. Tom's got him at 30. Now, even if I viewed Beal as, say, a $32 guy, or thought, I'd be happy to go to 32, if I had Tom on 30, I would leave Tom at 30. I would sacrifice Beal. Maybe it's $2 under, and just take Tom out of it. That's part of the strategy in auction. Now, Tom's strategy could work, and Giannis and Towns and Beal could all go bananas. But if one of those guys gets hurt, he's in a real lot of trouble in an auction scenario. So I'd like to, even though it seems, maybe Beal is coming in underpriced, the benefit for me of hamstringing someone else is more important. That's the way that I look at it. MC Nick So Sick has got Beal up to 37, so he's right at his projected value. So a lot of the guys at the start coming in under, a lot of the guys now coming at value or above. Dame Lillard, I think at his projected value of 53, I think you'll see someone like Mike Barner jumping in here, or one of these guys with cash trying to get in. Mike Catron's jumped in with 46 early on Lillard. I know he's a big Lillard guy. I've got Lillard as a $55 guy, so slightly above Yahoo's price. I want these $50 off the board. Greg's thrown in a $49 bid somehow. He's gone to Auto Greg and thrown in a $40. He will not be happy about that. Mike Barner, welcome to the show, Mike, with your $50 bid on Damo Lillard. Greg's auto bidding him up. Greg, this is disappointing for you. Unfortunate for you that your internet connection dropped out at this inopportune moment. Oh, Autobet, stop beating Greg up. I want... this is not ideal. This is going to screw Greg's team over hardcore. All right, Barner's at 54. Oh my God, the auto guy, stop. Lillard is at 55 now. Barner really wants him. Greg's auto bidding obviously wants him as well. This is killing Greg. Greg is done. Wow. $55 Greg got auto bidded for Lillard. He has now Lillard, Kauai, and Anthony Davis. He has $14 left for 10 more players. Greg, you might as well just sit this one out, mate, because you are not going to have much of an opportunity at all. Paulie George at $35. I've got him as close to a $50 guy, but they've started him off at $35. He's got a projected value of $47. Not sure I'm getting much value here from Paulie George. So I'll let this one slide. But that basically takes Greg out of the auction process now. Unfortunately for him, with that not ideal auto bid scenario, Mike's still sitting on the big donut with no players on his team. All Fake Aminu's getting a 43 off the board here, battling with Mike Catron at 44. So still, some guys here with some value. Paulie George up to 45. There's still some value here in Giorgio at that price. So I'm happy that my guys, the 4 guys that I really wanted to target, none of them have come up, and there's a ton of money off. So I should be able to get some value on those guys. If I can get those 4 guys up there at an average of 20 or even an average of, say, 18, I'll be pretty happy. All Fake Aminu's gets Paul George for $47. It's my turn to bid. Let's get some cash off the board again with Chrissy Paul. I'll throw 20 on him to start. And let's see who goes out there and takes the Chris Paul bait. I've got him as a $43 guy on a per game basis. He's not going to play too many games. It's a real risky pick, and I don't really want much to do with him. But let's get some cash out of here. Love what Chris Paul does. He's been a consistent fantasy guy forever. But reports today again coming out. The Rockets want to really be careful with what Paul does. Now you can use that with a grain of salt with what Mike D'Antoni does in general. But that is somewhat of a concern, especially with his nagging hamstring issues from last season, knee problems, broken hands. He's had millions of different injuries. And I talk about injury proneness as being a bit of a furphy some of the time. But when you're old, when you're 33 or 34 and you're constantly getting soft tissue injuries, it is a concern. Broken hands, rolled ankles, they happen. Soft tissue injuries, that's where your worry sort of starts to come in. And multiple hamstrings from Chris last season, I go, you know what, probably not going to be interested in looking at Chrissy Paul. This could be Mike Barner's, he could be popping the cherry here. He's at 35 with Chris Paul, 3 seconds to go. Do we pop the celebration here? No. Chris has jumped in. Come on, Mike. You know you want him. Get Chris Paul. Spend your money. Let go. Some interesting comments down there in the chat. Mike Barner is off the mark. He's $38 for Chris Paul. Pretty good pricey in general there for Paul. I've got him as a $43 guy. I just wouldn't want to be spending that. Now the Don Mitchell is up. Alex's team, which I believe is Josh, that's taken over that one. Let's see how Don goes here. I've got him priced as a $33 guy. Yahoo's got him as a $40 guy. They've got him, that's projected pretty high for the Don. I don't want $40 on him at all. If I could get him for 28, 29, I'd be okay with it. I probably won't be able to do that. Apotria is in there at 29. One Last Dance at 31. I'll let the Don go off the board here. We're getting a ton of cash out of the way here. Greg is definitely showing us a way to. He's back on board here. Didn't obviously bid for Lillard. Now he's got to try and round out a real aggressive stars and scrubs type roster. We'll see how he can do that. And there is a way to do it, but if one of those guys goes down, he's finished. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. I hope all the guys who are participating in this draft end up listening to this podcast after it's done, and you can hear my, not even criticisms, my thoughts or my ideas on the way that you are building your teams. Going to have some more articles coming out on Basketball Monster in the next couple of days, looking at the Western Conference and some pressure points in there of where things could go wrong. And then I'm going to be starting the one-man mock draft as well, something I write every year. I do a 12-team league. and draft for every single team with different builds per team. So let's see how that goes. The Don went for $42 for Barner. So Barner's coming in strong now. He's got Chris Paul and the Don on his team. That's $80 spent for 2 players. So waited a long time to get the players out there, but now he is he's out there and doing it. Let's see, Clint Capella. Now, I don't want anything to do with Capella in the way that I'm trying to build my team. I've still got him as a $19 guy, but I think he's going to go for above 20 here. Whoever got Rudy Gobert could really be looking this direction, really lock down blocks early, and I don't remember exactly who got Gobert. Let's have a look. Mike Catron's saying there's an issue here with Yahoo's giving him lag. I'm not actually having any problem with Yahoo, which is a surprise given the shithouse nature of the internet at my house and in this country in general. But Mike seems to be having some issues. Micah Potcher is up to 18 on Capella. Again, let's get him over 20, guys. I want him really pushing up higher than that. Yeah, I've got him as a $26 guy in this build in general. That's including turnovers, which I don't really give a shit about turnovers at all, as you're well aware. So it's probably more of a $22 guy. James's team, he's at $23. That's perfect. Let's let that clock expire on Capella and take the 23. All right, so he goes for 23 there to James's swag team. Yahoo, you need to really work on those auto naming teams. Kyle's optimal team, James's swag team. Yeah, that's gross. Mark Gasol. What are we looking at here with Marco? I do need some rebounding still. I've got Gasol as a $24 guy. Yahoo's got him at 23. Let's see if you can get him for under 20. I'll get in on this. Let's throw an $8 bid on him. He's not a high field goal percentage guy, so I'm not wasting money. I think if I get him for under 20, I'd be okay with Gasol here. I think he's a strong option to really complement my Kevin Love bid that I'm trying to get in. 18 for Gasol. I just threw out there. Whoa, what? Whoa. Who just threw 122 on him? What? Yeah. I'm going to undo that one. Yeah. I'm going to undo that Marc Gasol one. Yeah. He definitely didn't mean to go for $122. All right, so the draft pauses for 30 seconds while people get their bearings for someone throwing $122 on Marc Gasol. Again, that's only fair. You clearly know he doesn't want to do that. So let's go back in and do some bids. Well, we know that he wanted to go for $22 on Marc Gasol. I've got Gasol as around that $24 mark. Maybe I do, because I do need centers, and it's a 2-center league, which again is just absolutely shit house, and you should never, ever set your league up with 2 centers. The only reason I set this league up with 2 centers is because it's Yahoo's nonsense default. Let's go 23 on him and see if a Potria can go the 24. I might go 25 on Gasol here, because I need that second center. And again, the only reason I did it is it's because it's what's default, to show you guys the rarity of centers out there. And I'm talking, and I realize that he went again. Let's go 25. So I want Gasol here. No, I don't need more because he's gone to 26. So I will probably let that go at $27 for a Potria. You can go and have him. All right. Gasol goes for $27 to Mike A. Potria. Who's up now? James's swag team. Let's go, Jim. Throw that swag out there. Kyrie. This is another good one to get some money off the board, I believe. I've got Kyrie as close to a $40 guy. I actually don't have too many concerns with Kyrie's knee at the moment. I think that's fine, but he is prone to other sorts of injuries. I was going to say, if you can go for 30 or 31, I'd be okay with it. Getting the 33 off the board here for a Potria is fine. Someone else bid him up, please. I don't want to bid him up. No, I'm holding off. Maybe I'm being too cautious here. Yeah, I think but there's still plenty of guys that I want. Toby Harris, LaMarcus Aldridge, the Blue Arrow, Al Horford, Az Gordon, Gaz Harris. Those 4 guys in my queue. There's a lot of guys that I still want to grab in that $20, $15, $10 range. And I'll be happy with it. So 37 there goes to Kyrie Irving. Who is the next guy? LaMarcus Aldridge. This will be an interesting one. I've got Aldridge. He's around a $30 guy, I believe. Yahoo's got him at 21. If I can get him for 21, I'll be happy. If I can get him for under 20, I'd be pretty bloody ecstatic. I know he's got a good field goal percentage, but it's more the rebounding, the scoring that I want with LaMarcus. I am really in on this one, so let's see how it works out. I've got a fairly good idea that I'm going to be able to get him for value. I'll probably go as high as $24 for Aldridge. The bids here are going pretty slow. Let's bump them up a bit. I get the feeling that Kyle is interested in LaMarcus as well. Let's go. I'm at $15 now. That is a real bargain. If I can get him for under 20, I'm very, very happy with it. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. There's some smart guys in this room. Let's have a look. $18 for Aldridge. I'm still happy with that. Still going here on him. Stop bidding him up. $20 for Aldridge. Happy to go to 25 here. Let's let the clock run down so make people think I'm thinking about it. 22. Mike, can you not? I don't need an extra person jumping in the bid. Let's see. Can I get someone to go 24, then I'll jump on with 25? Nope, I have to jump in. All right, Mike, do not throw a 25 on him. Got him at 24 here, and I really need this one. Happy for him to come in here as my center. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Aldridge on my team, Booker on my team. Now, getting big men in this build can be tough. I have him valued as a $22 guy, but I have to spend a little bit extra to get these big men based on the punt value of him. So I'm really happy to get LaMarcus there at $24. If I can pair him with a Kevin Love, I'd be super happy. Now, Hassan Whiteside, you dickheads can have him. No interest in Hassan here at all. I think he's shit. I think Bam Adebayo and Kelly Olynyk are actually better players than him. And I think he's going to struggle at times this season. Or maybe not at times. And he's a nutcase. Simple as that. Let's see exactly how this goes. $5 though. Come on, someone. No, $6 for Whiteside. That is a good price. As much as you don't like him, that's a really, really good price. And I don't like him clearly, but not interested in him at that sort of a salary. All right, let's have a look. Who is up next? Drew Holiday. I've got Drew as like a $28 guy here. He's projected at 37. It's pretty high, mainly because of his high field goal percentage, which I'm not really paying too much attention to. Although my field goal percentage overall is not terrible. I need to get steals, and that's why I really need to get Eric Bledsoe on my team. I need those steals. I need Taurean Prince's steals. I'm probably going to be looking at Chris Dunn pretty strongly as well. In fact, I'm definitely going to be looking at Chris Dunn. Let's type his name in, and he is a guy that I want on my team. I want these steals for these guys. So he's another guy to add to my list. Drew's going at 38, right on his Yahoo value. I'll leave that for somebody else. And not the guy that I love Drew Holiday. I've been a massive Drew Holiday fan for a very long time, but I'm not spending $40 on him at this point. Who's got the 40 on him here? Chris, MC Nick's so sick. All right, Chrissy, take that $40 off. Now, I've got $141 left. Potria's got $142. We're the top two guys in money left. Then we've got Barner at 120, All-Fake Aminu's at 115, and Catron at 105. Greg with 14, of course. All right, Tommy. He is nominating Jim Butler. From my memory, Tom is a Timberwolves fan, but he's got Towns and he's nominating Jim Butler. I haven't heard anything about the meeting that went down today between Thibodeau and Butler at this point of recording. I'm recording this a day in advance at the moment. He's currently valued at $34, Jim Butler. I've got him as a $50 guy in my build. I'm not going to be spending $50 on him, but let's see if are people going to go higher than 30, because they bloody well should be. I think he's a really, really high value guy here that is getting underrated. And look, if he does get traded from Minnesota, the minutes I think will come down probably 2 a game. And that does hurt his value, but there's still a lot of leeway, a lot of wiggle room there in that overall value. As a $33 guy, I've got him as like a $58 guy at $52 guy at 37 minutes. If it comes down, he's still going to have $45 worth of value. Barner's getting him at 36. Come on. No, I'm not letting that go. I threw a 37 on him. I did not want to let that go for that. I think there's still value in that for me. Let's go. I'll push this up to 40. Come on, Barner, take him for 40. Cool. Now I'm happy now. I got Barner to get him for 40. I bid him up an extra $3-4. There's still some value in Butler. I worry about his injuries. There is that trade concern. I don't think it'll happen. And get some cash off the board there for Barner. who's got his 3 guys off the board. Chrissy Paul, Don Mitchell, and Jimmy Butler are off the board for Barner from RotoWire. Apotria is throwing out CJ McCollum, who I've got as like a $23 guy. Yahoo's got him as a $27 guy. He's gone for $28 straight away. Yep, that's fine. I don't understand why, though, we're throwing him out at $28 when his value is less than that. It seems a weird way to throw a guy out. Now, DeMar's at $24 in my valuation. He's 21 here, average of 25. He almost went for $1 there somehow. As people were sleeping there. And I'll happily take DeMar if I can get him for $15. I don't think that I will be able to do that. I've got him as a $24 guy. Let's throw him at 18 and see how I go with that. Okay, let's go at 20. Now, not a guy that I've really targeted here, but the pricing is looking okay for DeRozan. I'll take him for $20. I thought people would be way higher on DeRozan. James, enough. Let's throw one in on 22. I'd be happy to get him for 22, and then I'll probably hold back on him at that price. 2 Spurs guys. All right, so I ended up with DeRozan, so that's Booker, DeRozan, Aldridge. I have spent $81 on those 3 guys. I'll need to get some of these other value players in. I need Kevin Love. I want Kevin Love here. I want Bledsoe. I want Dunn. And so DeRozan on my team now. Kyle Lowry up for bid. Yahoo's got him as a $34 guy. I've got him as a $40 guy. I just don't want to spend that much money on him anymore, so I'm going to let that go. Although, for some reason, he's at $2. I'll throw 3 on him. Why is no one throwing money on him? I'll throw 5 on him. All right, that's it. Get it up now. 14. I'll throw 14 on him. You got to watch that, because sometimes people will be like, no, let's wait and wait. Then it gets down and he's gone for $5. You really have to watch it, like what happened with Larry Nance. Lowry at 26. Still some value there. 27. What have I got Lowry priced at? $40 dues. 20. Oh, someone jumped in there. 29. 30 for Catron. I'll save this cash up. Yeah, I'll save this. All right, it's my turn to nominate someone for auction. Who do I want? Jarrett Allen. Let's get Jarrett Allen's cash off the board. Johnny Collins is another guy to throw out there as well. Let's see what people go and throw. Now, Jarrett Allen has got a projected value of 17 because Yahoo just recently updated their rankings and valuations. Average of $10 because a lot of the mocks aren't taking that into consideration at this point. So let's see, does he go for closer to 20 or closer to 10? I'd like to get that 20 off the board. Let's see how that goes. $8 with Apotria sitting on 8. Someone else want to chime in here? You got to take Allen for more than that. Where's the Jarrett Allen hype? Come on, Kyle. 11. This is looking better. So my team currently, as it looks, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge. I need steals. I need them badly. My rebounds need some work. I've got really strong free throws, strong points. My assists are pretty good. I need some threes, which I can get. I need some rebounds, but I need steals desperately. I need Dunn. I need Bledsoe. These are guys that I am really keen on getting. Johnny Wall could also work if he goes cheap. Kevin Love up here. This is a guy I need or I want to get. I've got him valued as a $49 guy. I'd be happy to go to 30 on him here. Alex, which is Josh. What's going on? Alex and Kyler.
Oh, no!
They're just bidding back and forth. Everyone's bidding Kevin Love way up. Way up. And this is the concern. Like, he's projected at 22, an average of 28, and he's at 38 at the moment. There is still some value on him, but lucky I grabbed LaMarcus Aldridge, get that other big man in there on my roster. Because it's not working all that well here for Kevin Love at this point. Goes for 39, so I lost out on him. I was probably talking too much and probably should have thrown that extra bid on him there. But that's what can happen in these scenarios. I still need rebounding from somewhere. I need Taurean Prince. I want to grab some of these rebounding guys. Jason Tatum. Let's see what Tates goes for. What have I got him priced in at? I've got him as a $12 guy based here, maybe 19 I'd go for. Projected at $14 on Yahoo. I'll throw 5 on him. It's me, all fake Aminus, and Katron, who have only got $100 left at the moment. 11 now for Tatum. Okay, keep pushing him up. This is one of the overrated guys. Now, I thought Jared Allen would go for more. Surprised that didn't happen. These auctions can go all over the place. Weird shit goes on all the time. You've got to be able to adjust. I didn't really come in looking at DeRozan and Aldridge as guys I wanted to target. Not even necessarily Booker, but I ended up with them, and I can still build a team around those guys. But I still need to get some rebounds. I need to get some steals in here. Big Al Horford is on deck. Now he is at $3. Let's throw a 5 on him. I've got him as a $5 guy as well in this sort of bid type scenario, but I do need a center. So let's go get him. If I can get him for 12, I'd be happy with that. Overall, I think he's a $15 guy if I'm not considering punts. I'd be happy to go up to that mark with him. I'm on Horford for 14, which I think is pretty reasonable. Projected value of 19. Katron's getting him at 15. Alex, which is Josh, at 16. They're bidding back and forth. No, you can have him now. That's it. No. You're taking up to 20. I think that's getting too high for Big Al Horford's value. I'll grab a center later on, even though there aren't too many around. Let's see where we're at here. Dejounte Murray. Muzza. I don't mind getting Dejounte here, provided he goes for the right price. I love his rebound ability. Got him as a $13 guy. Let's see what sort of value I can get him at. Yahoo's got him projected at 5. He's already at 10. Nobody here is sleeping on him. Everybody knows what Dejounte can do. So the value for him is rising. Do I throw a 12 on him? Let's throw 12 on him and see what I can do there. That's either pricing someone up or I'm still getting some value on that pick. Oh, but now, yeah, cool. I just realized I already had 2 Spurs. Got to be more in there. Yeah, I'll let him go now. Yeah, up to $15. People are really, really big on DeJounte again. Depends on who you're drafting with. You might get a steal at $5. If you're in with these assholes, he goes up to $15. Let's have a look where we're at. Next guy up is the Baptist, Johnny Collins. Now, where does John Collins fit here? I love getting his rebound ability. But a lot of his value comes from field goal percentage, which I don't really need. But if I get him, maybe that does help me in that area. $8, I'll throw that on him. Let's see, because I do need someone who is a center eligible player. And is Johnny Collins going to be that guy for me? $11 on John. Katron's got him at 12. I've got a feeling this could go 25 plus here, and I'm bidding at 15, and once I bid at 15, I'm out. I lied. I'm bidding 17. Get some cash off the board. No, maybe I've got him here. 17, 3 seconds to go. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that. All right. Didn't fit exactly in my build, but needing centers, needing rebounds. Happy to get that rebounding there. And it actually, even though I looked at punting field goal percentage, my field goal is all right. Like, it's not something I'm paying too much attention to. But it's okay. Now the steals are getting dire for me. I really do need steals, and I need to focus on them when I need to get Bledsoe done. I've got the cash to do it. I've got $102 left for 9 guys. Dwight Howard was drafted for $1. Didn't even see that happen. So congratulations to one license. I think he's got 2 $1 guys. Nance and Howard for $2. That is great value. You got Whiteside for $5 as well. Westbrook at a cheap price. Simmons at a good price. Man, he's been good. Johnny Wall at $2 out there at the moment. Johnny Wall I've got as a $46 guy. He could really help my steals. A lot of people going super aggressive. Tom just threw 30 on him from a $2 bid up there. Let's have a look. $34 for John Wall. I've got the cash for it. Do I do it though? It's a good question. I've got him as a $46 guy. First round type of player. 9 guys left. I've got over $10 remaining per player. I think I'm going to... No, let's go. Let's go, Johnny. 38 for John Wall. I won't go any higher than that. One last dance. Got him at 39. I think I might leave John there at 39. Might regret that one, actually. Let's see. Yeah, that's the... probably should have gone harder there on John. Chrissy Middleton, $26 starting bid. I've got him as a $36 guy for this build at the moment. 32 average cost. Mike's got him at 27. Don't mind throwing him in there at 28. I think there's some value there in him, obviously. I think when it comes to my next bid, I'm going to have to throw Bledsoe and Dunn out there so I know that I can get them. I think I'm going to be able to getting value for Conley as well. I think that'll happen. Let's go 31 on Middleton. All right, I'm out on Chris there at 31. No, you know what? I'm not. I'm back in 34. Let's go. I want his get his steals. Catron at 35 for Middleton. It's pushing probably a little bit too high now. I might let you have that, Mike. Mike Barner, who the last guy to get a player, has now got 4 guys and only $41 left. Love, Butler, Mitchell, and Paul. Pretty strong core of guys there that he's got as well. So let's have a look at which guy we've got next up. Blakey Griffin. Griffo. $5 starting bid, $21 average price for Blake Griffin over on Yahoo. I've got him as a $26 guy. I won't be spending $26 on him, but if I can get him at a cheap enough price, he's worth looking at. 8 rebounds, 7 rebounds type of a guy. Injuries are a real concern, obviously, with Griffo. Throw 14 on him, 15 to Kyle. Only 2 of us with $100 left, me and all fake Aminus. There's going to be a time come here where I'm going to have to start going in on players. Need these centers. I don't like the way that, I've got Aldridge and Collins as my 2 centers, so that's good, even though Yahoo refuses to put them in the center spot, and I can't move them in my team. Just another stupid thing that this website does. Griffin still going strong here. $21 for Chrissy. Oh, not Chrissy, Jesus. Blakey. So my team so far, Dev Booker, DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge, and the Baptist John Collins. Really strong points, strong free throws, solid field goals, good assists, need some steals, need them pretty hardcore as well. But I'm at the stage where maybe do I punt steals and consider field goal percentage a little bit more strongly. That's a possibility too. You got to be ready to look and pivot on this, especially when I've got 2 guys with Collins and Aldridge who should be guys who shoot above 50% from the field. So that is something I have to pay attention to. But I'm not going to compete against some of these other high field goal percentage guys. If I can get Bledsoe, if I can get Prince, if I can get Dunn, then I get back and I probably win steals by getting those guys, and even Conley. So if I can get those 4 guys in my queue and get them for $80, that'll give me $20 for 5 guys. And I think that's reasonable. So I'll look for $80 for these next 4 guys. They're the guys that I want. Klay Thompson's at 24. I think I'll leave him alone. Not interested in Klay this season. I think he's getting overvalued in a lot of situations. We know what he can do, but no. Let's have a look. So I'm the only person left with $100. Miles Turner. This is going to be interesting. I don't really have him rated very highly in a punt blocks build, which is what I'm doing. Although my blocks, again, they're okay. They're reasonable. But I'm not looking at Turner with a huge amount of interest here, but I don't hate it because, again, I can pivot from what I do based on the way these drafts go. But I'm definitely nominating one of these guys. One of these guys, I'll get with Bledsoe. He is going to be the guy that I nominate with my next pick and just see what I can get him for. I've got Bledsoe ranked as a $34 guy. He's projected at 20 on Yahoo. Miles Turner's going 22. People are really big on a bounce back from Miles Turner. I thought I'd be the biggest bounce back Miles Turner guy this season. I'm clearly not, and I'm not really into seeing what he. Now, maybe people are looking at the yoga videos and getting super pumped about that. I'm just not as big onto him as what everyone else seems to be. All right, so he's sitting there at $26. This is getting some cash out of there perfectly. Get that cash out. Don't need anything to do with that. Got my 4 guys ready to go. My turn to nominate. All right, let's get Bledsoe out. Nominate for $1. Now, this is key for me. I do need to get Eric here. I'll go up to, again, $80 for those 4 guys is what I'm looking at. Hang on. Is no one bidding on Bledsoe? Whoa, what happened there? I got Bledsoe for $1. That doesn't sound right. I'll take it. I don't know what happened. How does no one bid on him? No, thank you. I'll take. And again, weird shit happens in auction drafts. And I will take my $1 for Eric Bledsoe. And this is really putting me in a perfect position to really go well here in this draft. Now we've got Kyle Anderson up as a guy we can look at. I'll just throw 5 on him because I like Kyle Anderson. Another guy for the high steals, a $9 guy. I've got him valued at. Can I get him for around that price? He's at 10 at the moment, so people are getting in. $11 for Kyle Anderson. Look, projected 9, average of 4. That's that difference with Yahoo re-ranking these guys. Wow, Eric Bledsoe for $1. What was everyone doing? There's 11 other guys in this draft. Why did no one else bid on him? Interesting. Now, Kyle Anderson up to 15. Everyone is buying the Kyle Anderson hype. I'm in on Kyle Anderson, but at some point, the guys who get this hype, who become sleepers, and everyone gets in on them, the value's gone because everyone goes, I need the sleeper, I need the sleeper. And in the end, you're paying way more than you probably should. Kyle Anderson for 16 to a Potria. Yeah, I think Kyle Anderson's going to have a big year, but I'm not willing to spend 16 on him at this point. Again, $80 I wanted for those 4 guys. Bledsoe for $1. I've got 3 guys for $79. I should be able to clean up these guys and really get my steal numbers coming in now. That helped my steals to a huge amount. Now, Mick Conley is up here. I've got him as a $36 guy. Yahoo's got him at 16. I'm happy to get him here for 20. Really, really interested in getting Conley on my team. I think there's a ton of value in here for him. Couldn't get him for $1, unfortunately. He's at 7 at the moment. Let's go. I think I'm probably the innest on Conley out of anyone I've seen, really. I've got him in, I think, nearly every mock I've done, nearly every draft I've done. We'll see if that remains the case here. If I can get him under $15, I'm going to be absolutely barring up. We'll see, though. $13. Let's go. All fake Aminus, can you just leave him alone? I want Conley. I think everyone pretty much knows that I want Mike Conley at this point. Still got value here at $17. He's a $30 guy to me, and I've got the money saved from Bledsoe. I can spend up here and get this guy that I want, who's going to fit. All right, up to 20 for Conley. I want him. I want Prince and I want Dunn. Leave him for me. Grazie. $19 for Mick Conley. All right, so that's good. Now, Toby Harris. Toby Harris is a fantastic roto guy. Not quite as good in head-to-head, but I think he's like a $24, $25 guy here. That's what Yahoo's got him priced at as well. Let's see exactly where he goes. I probably do need a small forward, but I've got DeMar DeRozan who can slot into there. Booker, I'd move to shooting guard. But of course, Yahoo, why would you have flexibility? Flexibility is not important. Where else are we at here? Toby Harris at 12. Yeah, screw that. I'm getting in on that. $15 for Tobes. I have now got 6 players. I've got 7 to get, $82. I'm sitting pretty good here. If I can get the artist formerly known as Torian Prince, if I can get Chrissy Dunn, yeah, that'll really round this team out. I think it'll start to look pretty strong. If that's the case, my steals have gone from being a weakness to being close to a strength now. Still need some rebounding from someone. Not sure I'm getting that at this point, but Nick Vucevic is still around. He could really work in my favor. I think he's a guy that I want to target. Let's have a look at where Vucevic's name is. He's Yahoo, a $12 guy. I think he's worth looking at for me there as well. Batum can help in that category. There's a few guys. Apparently, Luka Doncic killing it in workouts for the Mavericks as well. So I'm so pumped to see Doncic play. We're a couple of weeks away from it. I can't wait. Deandre Aten. Really like Aten this season. I actually drafted him in like the top 50 in a draft I did the other day, which is aggressive, but efficient big man. They're hard to get. Now, do I get Aten here just because I need rebounds? He's valued as a $23 guy overall in my projections. Yahoo's got him as a $10 guy. Doesn't have a face on Yahoo, apparently. Now he's going up 18. Do I need the rebounds? Is my free throw percentage... Yeah, my free throw percentage is pretty strong, so I can absorb some bad free throw guys. $17 to all fake Aminus for Deandre Aten. Pretty good price. Yeah, I think that's value there for him. Who is up? This has been really, really well restrained from nearly everybody here. You'll remember Tom went early and got Giannis and Towns with 2 first picks. Hasn't grabbed a single player since then. Greg had that unfortunate Lillard auto bid. He hasn't grabbed a single player. They're gonna struggle, I think, to fill out this roster. They still might find some values. This is an interesting guy. Lowry Markkanen, who I've got as like a $14 guy. Yahoo's got him around the same price. I will happily take him around that mark as well. I've got the cash to do it. He's at 16 now. Come on, guys, let me have him. I know Catron will be in on him because he's a Bulls fan. He loves getting Bulls. I really don't care about that. Let's go 18. Um, 19 for Catron. Should I bid him up again? I know he loves Lowry. Yeah, let's go one more. If I get him for 20, I'm okay with it. If not, I've just bid him up an extra $1 for Catron's budget. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Mike. No, I got him. Oh, that's all right. I'll end up with that. Wasn't looking at it, trying some price enforcement, but I was happy that if I didn't, that if he ended up getting it, that I'd be okay with it. Now that does help my rebounding. Dunn, Prince, these are the 2 guys. $62 left, 6 players. Let go. Joshy Richardson, shit, he almost went for $1 then. $5 for Josh Richardson. I'm a bit worried about Joshy with what bullshit they're going to do with Wade and Waiters. Now, I think that Waiters might struggle to actually play this year. That's a real concern I have with Dion. He's bad as well, but I also worry about him being healthy and fit and ready to go. That's somewhat of a concern for Dion. $9 for Josh Richardson is value. Who's getting him? Come on, let's go. I have $10. Someone else can have that. Prince, Dunn, Lego. Otto Porter still around. The Blue Arrow still around. As Gordon, Gaz Harris, Jingle and Joe, Gordy Hayward still there. There's there's a shit ton of value available here. Greggy is nominating Otto Porter. Someone else is going to take Otto Porter off him. Otto I've got as a $16 guy. Yahoo's got him as a $25 guy. Let's just bid on him because I don't want people to let him go slur. There's $11 I just throw on Ott, and someone else can come in and get him. Let's have a look. $13 for Otto. Come on, keep bidding him up. Bid. Where are we at? 15 for Otto Porter. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to get in on that. 16, 17. Oh, see Tom's here jumping in on Otto Porter. I worry about Otto. I think that his passiveness is going to be an issue with Dwight Howard taking nonsense post-up shots, reducing Porter's turnovers and his usage is a real worry for me. Catron gets Porter there for $17, which is a pretty good price, I believe. Yeah, pretty good solid option there. Now, the most money left now, Tom. He's got $70 left for a guy that had wasted all that money early. He is now in the position of having the most money left. But actually, he has he's still got positions to go. Well, he just grabbed Fart and Will Barton for $8. Didn't even see that one go off. That was a super quick one. But he gets $8 for Barton. That's actually pretty decent. I don't mind that. I think Barton's going to regress a little bit this season. All right, Gordy Hayward at $12. Let's move on to that one. Hayward, I've got him as a $19 guy. I'll take him for $14 if someone wants to let me have him. There is some concerns with Hayward as well. We just don't know what's going to happen with the ankle, with the leg, with the minutes restrictions, any of that stuff. That is a real concern with Gordo. I just bid 16 on him irresponsibly. All right, let's go. Now I'm out on Hayward. Prince, done. Let's go. So I've got Torian priced at the same value as Gordo Hayward for this season. So let's see how this goes. 25. Shit. Now, Hayward's getting... Why is he going so highly priced? What's going on here? $25? Oh, I know Hayward's good, but it feels high. Take him for 25. It's fine. Get that off the board. Josh has now got $18 left for 8 players. Could be in trouble. What's his squad look like? Hayward, LeBron, Durant, Horford, Griffin. So it's a big name, some good players. Still got a fair bit of the roster to throw out there. The pencil, Harrison Barnes is out there for $2. You know that I do not have any interest in Barnesy in general. I think I've got him as a $1 player in this build. He's at 4 at the moment, projected at 10. You can leave that alone. Who's taking him? Who's got the winning bid? Barner. One last dance at 5. Any money spent on Harrison Barnes is too much money. Nah, that's too harsh on Barnes. He's a $4 player. He's a $5 guy, which is where he's at, which is totally fine. Jim, we're rescuing it, bidding it up. Well done, James. He's up at $6 now for the pencil. Kyle hasn't made a bid in a while. He's still got 8 players to go. Barnesy goes for $6. Al-Faik Aminus. Who are you bidding for? Let's go. Yusuf Nurkic. I'll pass on that one. I still do have him as an $11 guy for his rebounding strength. Maybe I can get him for that price. Get my rebounds up and solidify them, and then get these other dollar guys. Still got. Maybe I overpaid a little bit for marketing. I probably did, to be honest. I went in on $21 for him, but wanting to get some big man stats and some rebounds there. Nurk's got a projected value of 5, an average of 9. He's currently sitting at 9 at the moment. Do I get that $10 on Yusuf? I think I'll leave it at this point. My turn to nominate. Let's get the artist out there for $1. I've got Prince as a $19 guy. I'm happy to go higher than that, obviously. He's valued at $9, average 13 on Yahoo. Couldn't sneak him through for $1. Let's see how this goes. Kyle's commentary on every pick down the bottom. If you can listen to me, you can read Kyle's smack talk commentary down the bottom as well. Every comment basically is reasonable, steel, valuable, which I'm here for. All right, artist, let's go. All fake Aminus, are you just using my playbook? Who is this guy? I apologize, I don't know who you are. Let's have a look. No, I won't have a look now. I'll figure it out. Need to get my Prince on. Apotria, you can piss off as well. Remember, I had Prince and Hayward rated about the same, and he's currently going $8 less than Gordo. It's pushing a little bit higher now for Torian. $18. Let's go 19, and I might be out on Torian there at 19. Let him go, boys. Oh, yeah. Torian Prince, $19 for me. Let's go for Christopher Dunn is the next guy that I want to get. So that leaves me with, update, 5 players left, $43. Let's get Dunny in there. There's probably 3 more guys. Now, look at my team. Booker, DeRozan, Bledsoe at $1. Prince, Aldridge, Collins, Conley, Markkanen. 2 starting spots to go with. Oh, Brando Ingram's up on the board now. 2 starting spots for me to go. And, enough money left. Ingram I've got is not someone I'm super interested in here. $6 sounds about right. Whoever's got him one last dance, you can take him at that price. Let's have a look. Someone commented here, it's Josh. He said, Josh's team is exactly like I expected. Extremely boring, but the best team in here. I'm not sure if it's the best team in here, but this is what I talked about in that auction tips thing. Is people will look at my team and go, that is boring as shit. Where are the fun players? Who's fun on this team? And I don't care. You know what's fun for me? Winning. And stepping on your throat and driving your head into the ground. Maybe a little bit of aggressive imagery there, but that's what I like to do. I like to win. And again, I think you can still do that with... It doesn't have to be having the fun guys on your team. And I don't have a fun guy. Who's my highest ranked guy there? Booker? Yeah? Maybe he's a top 20 guy? Maybe. That's the way I like to approach these drafts. Lou Williams, $16 guy. He's at $7. I'm not going to let him go for under 10 here. What is this bullshit? I need Chris Dunn out there so I can work out what else I'm doing with the rest of my money. And I probably want Vooch. They're like a projected value $21 on Yahoo. I've got 35 left. I'll go 30 on those guys. Oh shit, I just got Lou Williams. Didn't realize that. Cool. I won Louis for $8. Let's go Vooch. All right. Now Vooch is a worry. Do I want Vooch or do I want JV? Probably want Vooch, but If people are really worried about the trade issue with Mo Bamba,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tom, you can go away. He's at $13 now. I've put a bid at 13. I'm out on him if I don't get him at that. All right, I'm out on him. I'll get someone else. All right, so Vooch is getting highly priced. This is probably not my zone for Vooch at this price. Yeah, I am out on him at the $17 mark. Still pretty decent value. It's just not the one I'm really all that interested in at this stage. Who is up? Kyle is definitely waiting here for Jabari Parker and Zach LaVine. I can tell you that right now. D'Angelo Russell. I think a big season could be coming for Russ, to be honest. Still have the worry with his knee. I think he's still going to be a pretty valuable player, though, for this coming season. Where are we at with him? $7 for D'Angelo. Average of $8 on Yahoo. Trying to find him on how I've got him ranked. I've got him like a $14 guy. I want Dunn. I need to get Dunn off the board so I can work out what I'm doing. I've got 4 players, $35. I'll spend $15 on Dunn. That'll give me $20 for 3 guys. Gaz, Jamal. There's a lot of guys still around here. JV. Kyle's gone 15 on D'Angelo. No one will beat that. No, someone did. What? Apotria went 16. Kyle at 17. Ooh, wasn't expecting a price enforcement battle between these two, or on this guy anyway. So now you've got the most money left now. Apotria's got 66. You've got Fantasy Sports Tom with Addicts Tom at 62. Tom still has 10 players to fill out on his roster. Greg still has 10 players to fill out on his roster. Barner's got 9. Catron's got 9. I've got 4. So I started off slow. I've gone bang, 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 and going here. Russell, $20. Jesus. Okay, he could live up to it, no doubt about that. But I feel pretty good about getting the artist formerly known as Torian Prince for $19. DeAndre Jordan at $1. Let's get some cash off the board. Someone needs to nominate, and I know no one can hear this because I'm recording it and not doing it live. Get Parker out there, get Zach LaVine out there, and get Kyle's money out. This is how we've got to do it. I want Dunn, but Parker and LaVine, Kyle is going to get them. Now, I wouldn't actually hate grabbing either of those guys if I can get the money for them. Tons left. Gaz Harris still around. Nice, Gary! Jinglin Joe, Az Gordon, Bob Cove, Paulie Millsap, The Iron Shoulder, Jeff Teague, Nick Batum, Nick Mirotic, Julius Randle, the future MVP, Timmy Hardaway, Steve Adams. There's a lot still around. DeAndre Jordan goes for $11. All right, who's nominating next? One Last Dance. Markel Fultz, projected value of $1, an average of $3. He is going to be one of the most interesting players to watch this season. Absolutely worth a crack in a draft like this. He's at $2 now. Will someone take 3? Yep. When someone throws the flyer out, one of the first flyers that go out, the $1 guys, he always gets bid up. Now, he's at 3 at the moment, and that might not mean much in the scheme of things, but you probably, if he had gone as the 5th $1 guy thrown out there, he probably would have gone for $1. Now you can see people are going sick on him. $6, $7. It could work out, but it's a little bit, I need to have this guy. I need to have this potential breakout, and you probably end up paying too much. You might not, but it's not a direction that I want to go there. But it's good. Getting $6 off the board helps me when I want to get Chris Dunn on my team. And people might be listening to this going, Josh, why are you so zeroed in on getting Chris Dunn? I want to boost my steal numbers up. And I really think that Dunn is undervalued at this point. The way my team's currently looking is they're pretty aggressively like a 4-punt build at the moment. I need rebounds. I need someone to get me some boards. The Blue Arrow's out here. He's sitting out there at a cheap price, but I need boards. I need to get someone to rebound. So maybe it's Az Gordon they'll look at, but I'm desperately needing some rebounds. Julius Randle, Jonas Valanciunas. I'm going to put him in my queue. Get some boards out of these guys. I need them. Enes Kanter. Shit, he's a $6 guy, man. That is value. Okay, Kanter and Dunn. Let go. They're the 3 guys that I want. I've got 4 spots left, $35 left. You can have the Blue Arrow. I need these other guys. It's a real weakness in my team. Now, it's head-to-head, so winning 5 categories is a possibility. I'm not strong enough in them at this point, though, to feel confident. I need those steals numbers. Gaz Harris is up $15. Tom has gone on with Gaz. Is anyone going to challenge him there? I am not. You can have Gaz for 15. I think he's probably worth more than that, but I've really got to focus on what I need. He's a $19 guy to me, 18 according to Yahoo. Katron gets him for 16. Good value, Mike. Really happy with that. So Gaz Harris goes for 16. The Blue Arrow goes for 19. Value on both of those guys. They're really strong numbers. Paulie Millsap, someone's nominated him at $6. Not probably the guy that I'm going to be all that interested in. He's got a projected value of 12. Someone let's at least get him up to $10. But now that I think about it, do I want him just to get some rebound numbers in? Maybe you're going a little bit high. No, let's focus on the other guys. He's at $10 now. That'll take me out of the Millsap stakes. I think he could really struggle. A lot older than people realise. Some decline over his last 2 years. The injury is fully healed. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. But still some concern about Mill and some of his value. Let's have a look. The other thing, if you are using the draft tracker on Basketball Monster, at the moment, because is teams that have only got 3 players, Draft Tracker only does projected standings for the minimum amount of players. So if Greg's got 3, as Gordon up here, maybe I'll look at as a player. Because Greg's got 3 players, it takes every team's best 3 players and compares them. So I'm projected last in the standings, but I know that as each round goes past, my value is going to rise and rise and rise. As Gordon, another guy that I believe can help me with rebound numbers. Let's have a look. I've got him as an $11 guy. I'll throw some money on him. Not a bad value guy, but maybe he's going to projected of 19. That's probably going to push me out of the Aaron Gordon business. I need Dunn, I need JV, I need Cantor. They're the guys that I want. Gordon is definitely an interesting option here, and this price is pretty decent for Azza coming in there at 19. That might be a little bit high for Gordo at 19, but 20. Tom going hard on him. He needs that 4th player. I don't know when Greg is going to get his 4th player. Some point it'll happen. Gordon at 21. Thanks for sticking with us if you are still listening to this podcast. I knew it was going to be a log one. We're an hour 15 into the show so far. This is what happens with auction drafts. They go a long time. Now, all fake... here we go. Chris Dunn. This is the moment I am waiting for. What are we looking at here for Dunny? All right. What can I go with here? I've got $35 for 4 players. $10. I'm going to struggle to get Dunn, JV, and Cantor. I worry about what Katron's going to do with Dunn because he loves him. I've got Levine around still. Kyle. Everyone's on the Dunn bandwagon here. That average price of Dunn on $6 is absolute bullshit on Yahoo. That is just not... It's not right. It shouldn't be that way. I need Chris... All right, so who else? Is there any other steals guys I can get? Yes, Jeff Teague, Bob Cove. I can get those guys. Some value there. I don't think $18 for Dunn is necessarily a value play when I still need some rebounds. So I'll leave that alone. And you got to have flexibility. So I went, I need steals. Dunn's a great steals guy. I'm not paying that. Let's go get the steals from somewhere else so I can get the rebounds in there as well. Do I get Jinglin Joe to get some steals? Do I get Mario Hazonia? Do I get Trae Young? Trae Young could be an interesting option for me as well. Who am I nominating? Let's throw Jonas out. Who ended up getting Dunn or Faker Minus? JV at $2. Let's get him at 4. Got 35 for 4 players. 12. Tom, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop annoying me. Oh, I missed that. $12 for Valanciunas. Well, let's see. I benefited from Bledsoe going for $1, and I missed JV going for $12 because I was too busy talking shit. That's annoying. Jesus. Need to get a steals. Mo Bamba, you can bloody have him. Why did Alex start that with a $2 bid? Well, not Alex. I know it's Josh. Start it with $1. Who else is bidding for Mo Bamba? I just don't see it. I don't understand the point of that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It could work out. Like he could have value, but put it for $1. Look, okay. The other way to think about that, and in Josh's defense, is if you put him for $1 and someone then bids 2 and you want him, you've got to go to 3. And maybe 2 was the limit that other person had. So I can understand in that regard, but still. The iron shoulder, Goran Dragic, I think Wade does hurt him a little bit. Arriving, we saw him really drop off last season with his efficiency. I think this is overpriced for Dragic. $10. Yeah, no, I'm out on that. $11 for Dragic. Enes Kanter price is a $6 guy. I don't think people are going to let me get him for $6. I'm pretty bloody certain they won't, to be honest. Brook Lopez still an interesting option out here as well. Mikey Barner nominating guys. Steve-O Adams. Adams is one of the worst free throw percentage hit guys that you can have. Now, I can probably take on his... In fact, I know I can take on his free throw percentage and still be competitive. So do I get the rebounding benefit that Steve-O brings me? That's the concern. You know, I can take on his shit percentages, his shit free throw percentage. $8 on Adams, get the rebounds. It's risky. It is going to impact my free throws, but my current Z score for free throws is 6.9. Like, that's pretty bloody high. And Adams is going to drop it a bit. I'll throw a 10 on him. And Catron did a 10. Oh, okay, I'm out on Adams now. But that was an option for me. Need Kanter. Jingling Joe Ingles. I've got him as a $12 guy. Yahoo's got him at $13. They've bumped his price up a little bit here recently. I think Ravishing Rick is also a pretty strong option for me. I'm not letting Ingles go for $8. What do you think this is? Still some value. Jeff Teague still around.
My name is Jeff.
Bob Cub, Timmy Hardaway, Rick Rubio, Nick Batum is a strong option here for me. $11 for Ingles. Yeah, it's not bad. His steals are okay. They're probably not as strong as I need them to be. I need Covington. I want Teague. I want Rubio. I want one of these guys to boost my steal numbers up, and I need rebounds from Kanter. Kanter's the one that I'm really keen on here. 4 players left for me to fill out my roster. One Last Dance has got only 3 left with $18. Boog. Who threw Boog out? Kyle for $1. Let's see what people go on Cousins. $5 for Tom. You can have him at 5, Tom. I'm okay with that. I wasn't going to let Kyle have him for 1, but at 5, I'll leave that alone, I think. 6, Kyle's back in on Boog. Now, I don't think we're seeing Cousins till February, personally. I think we're not going to see him at 30 minutes a night at all this season. I think he might, over-under of 2.5 games where he plays 30 minutes this season, I'd probably take the under, personally. $7, Apotria took Boog out. Better way to spend $7. You could get 7 Eric Bledsoes for $7. Clearly you can't, but you know what I mean. Who are we? Jabari. Let's go, Kyle. Come on. Don't let me down. I was about to sing because I'm losing my mind here. $8 for Jabari. I'm in on that. Let's go. $9. Now, is Parker going to get me many steals? Probably not. Enough to help me. Will he rebound enough? Probably not. But enough to help me? Maybe. He's worth looking at. $12 I'm on here for Jabari Parker. I've got him as an $11 player. I'm winning the bid at 12. You bastards can just let me go there. It's another big man. Help my rebounds. Bang. Again, not a guy I was coming in looking for, but I was happy to do that. And take him there at $12. Enes Kanter, and I need some steal numbers. Nick Batum, Jeff Teague, Ravishing Rick Rubio. Greg Ehrenberg is nominating Bob Cove. I'll throw 3 on him. $23 left for me for 3 players, so I'm going to spend 20. I've really got $20 up my. I'll say up my sleeve. I was going to say up my hand, actually. $20 in my hand, $20 up my sleeve as to which guy that I'm going for. I've got Covington as a $17 player here. He's at 10. Let's throw him out there at 10. That's going to help my steals. Let's go, Bobby Cove. Get those numbers. $12. Or do I want Kanter's rebounds? Which one do I want more? Probably want Kanter's rebounds, to be honest. So Covington goes for 13. Probably some mismanagement there from me. Let's see. Tom is nominating Jeff Teague. All right. I think Batum is probably better value than Teague at this point. But maybe I could get both with my $23 left. Maybe I'll go for one $1 player instead. Let's see what value Teague goes for. I wonder if Kevin Garnett's in this auction room where he can go ahead and throw Derrick Rose out there ahead of Jeff Teague. Apotria at 9, Tom at 10. This is getting not ideal for Tego, but I think there's still something there in him. Let's go. Kyle just said Jeff Teague looks like he bums smokes all the time, but never actually buys a pack. Fair enough.
I love you guys, except for you guys.
$13 for Teague. Hey, shit, is it me winning it? Oh, it is. Tom at 14. I'll let him go for that price. That takes some cash away from Tom, who had quite a bit left. Who is left now? Who's drafting now? Who's nominating? Mike Apotria. A lot of Mikes. Nick Batum. This is an interesting one for me. I am in on Batum here. I've got him as a $16 guy. Let's go. I'm really, really big on Batum this season. I think he gets underrated all the time. I will invariably, at some point this season, someone will ask me, do I drop Nick Batum to add, insert shit player here, Tyler Dorsey. Sorry, apologies to you, Tyler, but that'll happen this season. Someone will want to drop him around January when he has a 1 week slump of shooting 35%. People will be way off him. Kyle, can you piss off? $11 for Nicola. Just let it go, Kyle. Let it go. Grazie. $11 for Nick Batum. I've got 2 players left and $12. Let's try and get $11 of these on Kanter. He is the guy that I want. My team is rounding out nice. It's still not perfect. I still need some rebounding numbers here. That's what trades are there for. I'm aggressively bad in blocks. I'm aggressively bad in field goal percentage. I need these rebounds. You can all have Levine. I want Kanter. Who else can I go for in rebounds here? Who are my strong rebounding options? Ennis is a guy. Julius Randle, another guy. I could look at The Undertaker. Is Kyle big? Yeah. All right, so Kyle's up to 11. For those of you who don't know, if you're in drafts with Kyle, Zach LaVine and Jabari Parker are the 2 guys he goes after quite a bit. So just be aware of that. All right, so $11 Kyle just got him for. Dennis Smith Jr. A lot of people are really hyped for Dennis Smith this season. I love Dennis Smith. I think the hype's probably a little bit unjustified at this point. $2 for him, though, would be nice. I just need those things, what do you call them? Rebounds, that's the stat I'm looking for. $7 here for Smith. Now, I can only bid $11 on Kanter. I feel like it's going to be enough to get him because he is ranked low, but there are some smart guys in this draft who may not let that happen. And that's my concern. Because I waited, I got my guys, and that means I was left with no money, so I'm going to throw Kanter. I'm going to throw Šarić out there because I don't want him. I'll wait for some because I want to get a bit more cash off the board, so I'm in a little bit more of a comfortable situation with Kanter. Because Šarić is one of those guys who, again, I feel other people are going to overrate. He's got a price here of $7. He still is a pretty strong rebounder, so he wouldn't be the worst player on my team, but I'll go a little bit stronger in that area rather than Dario at this point. $5 for Šarić. Pretty solid price, to be honest. And I would have been in on that had I not really needed the stronger rebounding numbers from Ennis. Luka Doncic. Here we go. this is going to be very, very interesting. He's probably going to have a chance to go for $12, $15 in some auctions. He's got an average of $8 here on this Yahoo setting. I don't know what I've got him projected at, $9. It's probably about right. He's at 9 at the moment. No face, of course. Why would you have a face? Why wouldn't you get prepared for NBA season? $11 for Doncic. He's over my budget. I wasn't going to be bidding on him anyway. That's fine. 17. See, people are going sick on him. And I'm telling you, he's going to be bloody good. And I just have no interest in hearing from people who are... Someone told me that Trae Young's a bust. Like, you got no idea who's a bust at this point. I can make as many projected guesses as I want, but you don't know who's it. You can't guarantee shit. And if you're saying Doncic is going to be a guaranteed bust, well, shut your hole. Pretty straightforward. He might be. He might not be. You can't guarantee anything at this point. Porzingis. $2. I'm out on this. No interest. Hey, remember when Yahoo never had injured reserve spots? That was fun. I'm shitting on Yahoo a lot. This site bothers me so badly. $3 for Porzingis. Boogie went for $7. That's actually not bad there, Tom. I think that's pretty good. Now, here we go. Julius Randle. I can get in on this. Depends on the value. It's him or Cantor that I want. Let's see where Randle goes. What price he's at. He's at 10 at the moment. I can obviously still afford this. I'm getting pretty close to not being able to afford it. Over my budget. Or I'm out on Randle, but again, that helps me a little bit in terms of getting Cantor because there's more money coming off the board. Barner and Jim are going back and forth here. $12 for me, 2 spots. I want Ennis in this slot. $12 for Randle. Yeah, pretty solid price. Yeah, $1 above what I would have bid for him. Ravishing Rick Rubio. He's projected as a $12 guy. Assist, I don't imagine they're going back up to Minnesota days for Rav. But, still a good value guy. $13 type of player, I think, here. And I think he's going to go underpriced, honestly. We're at the stage of the draft where I have got less money than Greg now. So, Greg, you're back in business.
As Greg runs in, we realise this could get dangerous.
Kyle is apparently having an existential crisis over there in Madison. So what is life, Kyle? Life is auction drafts on Yahoo, apparently. Where are we at? $7. Come on, bid. This is bullshit. Come on. More than $7. I don't want him, but someone else does. That is really, really good value from you, James. Really, really strong stuff. Good value. Not as good as Bledsoe, but pretty good value. Not as bad as Marc Gasol's $122. Not Marc Gasol. Who was it for $122? Was it Gasol? Yeah, it was Gasol. Trae Young. Kyle will definitely be in on this one. And I look, honestly, I would be in on this. I just don't want what he's bringing me at this point. If I get him for $1, I would be. Again, maybe I could get Cantor for 6 and Young's there at 7. I'll leave it. Kyle is actually, wow. Now that is surprising. Kyle is in a bidding war here for Trae Young, who he thinks is going to be shithouse. Addicts Tom got him for $8. Good buy, Tom. I think that's a pretty good spot. Now he has recovered pretty well here from that start. He's ended up with Teague, Barton, Doncic, Yanni, Porzingis, Towns, Valanciunas, and Young. Some strong picks from Tom as we go along. Now Nick Mirotic, does anyone know? Has he grown the beard back yet? Because he looked pretty disturbing without that beard, to be honest. Let's see if it is back to begin this season. I'm not out on Mirotic here. He could work given my need for rebounds, and he is a decently strong rebounder. I've got him as an $11 player. Let's throw 9 on him. Oh, that could be disastrous. Is anyone else going to bid? Come on, I want Cantor. Oh man, this is the mistakes that happen. I took Mirotic. That's fine. Not what I wanted Cantor, and I'm not going to get Ennis now. I've got $3 left for one player. Let's see who it's going to be. Daz Collison. Nah, I'm a good fan. I don't need that. Greg's still sitting on just the 3 players. Yep. Greggy. Oh, Greg's in with a $3 bid on Darren Collison. Is he going to get a player? Will he get his 4th player? Just got wrecked by Mike before. I was reading my Father's Day card as an interesting story. He had some on my kitchen table. And my son wrote on the envelope, to Dad, get wrecked hard. Which I thought was, it's funny, but yeah. I don't know many Father's Day cards that would say get wrecked on them. But there you go. Daz Collison for $5 dues. Tom, you are nominating Tim Hardaway Jr. The usage could be absolutely sky high for Timmy. The percentages could be shit out, or the field goal percentage anyway. But 20-point scorers, if you're getting him for $2, interesting. Now, who can I get here as a cheap rebounding guy to maybe help this team out? Still need some rebounds, still need some steals. So let's have a look at what players I can potentially get here. Who's going to fit that mold for my team? Al-Farouq Aminu.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Let's put him in. He is a good rebound guy. He's a good steals guy. He could be a cheap option for me at the end of a draft. I could look at Will Cauley-Stein as another option. I could look at Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. I've still got Enes Kanter in my list. Let's go Hollis. I think Rondé will go higher than that, though. Cauley. Terrible name. Jazz Jackson. $10. Mike, calm down. He went from $2 to $10. Timmy Hardaway just went for $7. You could have just gone at $3 there, Mike. I just don't... I love Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he's going to be absolutely amazing. But I don't see the need to spend that money there on him. Especially when you've got 6 players left and $17. The future MVP, Kyle Kuzma. Who else? Who's another interesting rebounding guy here for me? Maybe Bill Hernan-Gomez. That could work. Wendell Carter. Maybe. Derek Favors. There are a few guys left who can help me in this cheap zone. No chance I'm getting Kanter, but we'll see how that goes. Who is next? I've got... how many dollars have I got left?
2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Thank you, Big Shaq.
Big Shaq.
Cool, thank you. Mallow for $1. That's pretty solid. All right, let's throw Kanter out. Let's just see if I can get him. No, actually, no, I won't throw him out. Let's throw Brookie Lopez out and see if someone else will grab him. $3. All right, that's fine. I wanted a little bit more money to come off the board. Like I could have thrown Kanter out because he's the guy that I really want with this spot. But I'll get $5 off the board here, $6 off the board. If we go another round and we can get $100 out of the overall, maybe not 100, but maybe we can get $70 out of the overall prize pool. That might help me actually snag Kanter. Probably won't for $3, but who bloody knows? Any weird shit's going to happen. Someone's going to fall. Bud Hield's still available here. Wendell Carter, Evan Fournier. Lopez at $6 is really, really solid. It's a really cheap option there from Catron. Really strong there. Josh the Hitman Hart. An option here, $1. Josh just nominated him. I think Hart's probably a better player than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. It doesn't matter if I think that. It depends if Luke Walton thinks that. And the minutes there with Rondo, with Ball, might be tough. Ingram maybe has to play down at the 2 a little bit already. So we'll see how the Hitman goes. I like him. I'm just not fully convinced the minutes are going to be there for him. We'll see, though. Dennis Schroeder. Strong start to the season coming from Den here. No Westbrook, probably. No Robertson, definitely. He's going to get 20. He's probably going to get 35 a night to begin the season. And Catron just got him for $2, and that is real value. That is strong, strong value. Now these guys are, that's bad. That bullshit, that's bad. Like you might get a month's worth of top 70 production out of him. And for $2, absolutely fine. Oh, there goes Kanter for that $5. See you later. Ennis. I think that's strike. I wouldn't. Who cares, man? Even if you get value out of him until December, you spent $2 on him, sidewalk, gone. You get someone else in there. It doesn't matter. $2 is absolutely fine for a bloke who's probably going to have maybe a month's worth of top 70 value. Maybe. We'll see. Wendell Carter Jr. I'll take him for $1. What's this? Someone almost let him go through. Just got to watch those guys. Carter at $5. Who got a Potria at $5? Interesting. Yeah, not bad. I worry that Carter's going to be useless for the first 2 months. That's a concern. We'll see. Who's got the most money left? Barner's got 22, Kyle at 14, James at 17, and Josh at 15. Budrick Hield's at $3. I would have been in on Bud. I don't have the cash for it. His steals would be nice as well. So as you can see, things don't always work the way the way that things that you want. I wanted done. I wanted to get a few of these guys, and I didn't end up doing it. But you got to be able to adjust. And in the end, I'm pretty okay with how my team ended up turning out. I think I'm not fully in on it. I'm not fully happy with everything that's happened, and that's how you work the waiver wire. But I am okay with the way that my team ended up panning out. Do need to get those rebounds though. Tyreek's in there at $7. This is a long-ass podcast, guys. We're at an hour 40. So, hey, if you guys are still following me along, if you're still watching this at this point in the show, I want you to tweet at me the code word. And the code word is... Let's have a look. I'm looking at what pieces of paper are around me here. The code word is... yeast. Tweet at me yeast if you're still listening an hour and 40 into this podcast. Yeast. I don't know what you'll get. You'll get something if you tweet it at me. First person to tweet me the code word yeast will get... I don't know. I'll think about that. But anyway, just do it anyway. Just tweet me the code word yeast. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. Where are we? Who's up now? TJ Warren, Tony Warren Jr. Yeah, $1 for him. With the way that the Suns are going to butcher their rotation, you're going to have Bridges, Jackson, and Warren all coming off the bench, which is tough. Now, Mario Hezonja, it's a me. I think he's going to be massive to start the season, and then it's going to drop off. And I know Kyle is big on Hezonja as well. $4 for Mario. This is good value for Mars. Average cost of $1. What? Why is he a $1 player on Yahoo? They've got it right with their $4 pricing. He's probably higher than that, to be honest. $4 for Kyle. That's really, really strong from him to do that. Eric Gordon for $2. Nah, I'm good, fam. Talking for an hour and 40 straight is not an easy task on your own. I'm sorry there's a few pauses in there because I'm trying to fill air for all this time, and I don't know if I've got any stories that I can tell you. Probably don't. But I'm still talking auction stuff. John Isaac's still on the board. That's interesting. Evan Fournier's still around. The blue swimmer, Alan Cope, JaVale McGee. Come on, Kyle. You're in here. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. $2 for Kyle. I'll throw 3 on him. Just to piss Kyle off. Come on. I'm going to get JaVale. That's it for me. Come on, Kyle. I thought you were going to take him for me. That's my team done, guys. Could have done better in that auction, but just showed you some of the things that can happen with that team. I still feel like I need more rebounds. I'm not sure what. Yeah, JaVale is not really the ideal guy there, but he's worth a flyer for what I get $2 on him. He'll end up being dropped, almost no doubt, before the season starts to stream some of those steals in. But just wanted to get him there off the board. Let's hear that amazing pronunciation of his respiratory condition, asthma. What do you guys say? Asthma? Is that yeah? Well, don't challenge me on speaking English. Come on, let's go. JJ Redick, Jordy Baldwin for $4. That's decent. JJ Redick for 4 to all fake Aminus. Who else is left here? We're getting close to the end of this draft. I know you're thinking, thank God for that. We are 109 of the 156 players have been taken. This is why, auctions are the best, but they take a shit ton. You can knock out a snake draft in 50 minutes. It's 2 hours for an auction, pretty much. What are we looking at here? Rondae, 5. Oh, here's a guy that I wanted to target with that last $3. I obviously wasn't going to get him. He's up to 6 at the moment. This guy, MC Nick So Sick, he's worth quite a lot in my build. This is JaVale. Why didn't you take him? I did a dickhead bid on him. You should have just taken him. For 2, you could have gone $3. Take him. I'll trade it to you later, even though this league isn't going on. Karis LeVert, $1. He's absolutely worth $1. Josh was a former pharmacist and leper. Not sure about that part, but yeah, I trust his pronunciation of diseases. Asthma. I suffer from asthma as well. Just a quick FYI that nobody gives a shit about. The Rooster Dylan Gallinari is at $2 here. Absolutely love the late pick on the Rooster. The injury, of course, is real, but $2, who gives a shit? You'd be pretty happy with that Barner if you get him for $2, and you did. Well done. One last dance. His roster is almost filled. Let's have a look at his roster. Westbrook, Joshie Richardson, Benny Simmons, Ingram, Laz Nance, Dwighty Howard, Hassan Whiteside, DeAndre Jordan, Johnny Wall, Markel Fultz, Dennis Smith, Kyle Kuzma, Tyreek Evans. A lot of young guys there. Simmons, Ingram, Fultz, Smith, Kuzma. So like 4 rookies or 4 second-year guys. Evan Fournier going for $2 is a steal. Who's getting that? Kyle, that is ludicrous. Oh man, that's cheap. This is the cheap guys do come in here. That's real cheap for Evan Fournier. Dirk Nowitzki at $1. I don't think Dirk's going to be a draftable player this season. We will see how that works out for him. I'm not super keen on him for this coming season. He went for $1, but that's totally fine for $1. Hey, I took JaVale McGee for $2. I can't really talk. Getting him for $1 is fine. I just think it's probably going to be off the board, off your team pretty quickly. Apotria, $2 on Marvin Bagley. Now, that's probably the same scenario that I mentioned before. You didn't want to spend 3, but you're happy to spend 2. I don't want anything to do with him. James throwing him in at 3. Let's see if Apotria goes back here to 4 on Bagley. It was silly to start it at 2, but if he doesn't, it does make sense. All right, there you go. He didn't go back, so that's the idea of what he was looking to do there. Didn't want to spend 3, but wanted to go 2. But if you nominate him there at 1, you can't go and get him at 2 then. Who is throwing this out there? John Isaac at $1. Someone's going to get a bargain here on John, I reckon. Really, really solid player. Yahoo's bumped him up to $7. He's a guy who can really bring in those steals for you. I think he might be available on some waivers after the first start of the season. I'd be happy to go and grab him after that. He's up to 7. Whoa. Okay. People are buying in on the John Isaac stuff. I like John. Not sure I'd spend 7 on him at this point. Who we got now? All fake Aminus, who's left the draft and he's on auto bid. Vince Carter. What the why is Vince Carter getting nominated? He's on auto nomination? Why on earth is Vince Carter even the guy that gets thrown out? That is wow. Wow. Whoever is the guy on that team, can you let me know how? I know you're not here throwing it out, but was Vince Carter in your queue? What on earth is going on? Otherwise, that's just an absolute shitting of the bed from the Yahoo software. Jakob Poeltl, like this one, $2 out there for Josh. Again, why not throw him for $1? Maybe it's the same reason as before. We'll see. He got him for 2. Maybe he could have got him for 1. Maybe he couldn't have. So maybe there is something there for him as well. We'll get everyone. Who's Greg still? Greg's only got 4 guys. Greg's left. He's pissed off. He's on auto draft now as well. Thaddeus Young at $1. I'm worried a bit about Thad for this season. I think Dougie McDirt could take some of his minutes. I think Sabonis could take some of his minutes. The interesting thing from the Pacers the other day with saying that Kylo Quinn's not going to be an every night part of the rotation, or implying that is interesting. Lord Alfred Payton at $1 here. I think Payton's got a real chance for a bounce back season. I'm pretty interested in him. We know he's got his concerns, but I think he can be a top 100-ish type of guy. Currently at 3, Barner's got him there. Barner's got the most money left, $17. $3 for him for Payton to Mike Barner. That's a really good price. Really happy with that. He should be. Domantas Sabonis. What's with all the $2 starting bids? He started at 2. Josh came in with 3 on Sabonis. I think Sabonis' ceiling is limited by his lack of defense, plus the other players around him. But then Josh took him at 3. So, yeah, okay. Again, you're throwing him out at 2 because you don't want to spend, you want to only spend 2 on him. You don't want to spend 3. That does make sense in that regard. Will Cauley-Stein, I like this one from you, Kyle, throwing this out there. If you get him for $1, it's a bargain. I think there's enough people out there with money that they won't let him go for $1. Or maybe they will. Oh, that's the guy. Kyle, I will trade you Cauley-Stein for JaVale McGee right now. Oh, man. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, no ankle bracelet this season, so maybe that can help him. Ehrenberg trying to get his 5th player at $1. No one's outbidding you here, Greggy. So you can get your 5th player. Congratulations. That's 5 players for everybody now. I'm not super happy with my team. Now that I'm looking back at it, I'm not super feeling it. I wish I had a little bit better of the way it looked. I think could have done better in this auction personally. Isaiah Thomas, $1 there for Apotria. Yeah, it killed me missing out on Kevin Love would have worked for me. Chris Dunn, I probably should have gone a little bit harder on him. But yeah, there are ways to correct the way that you build a team in a draft as well. Trades and waiver wire stuff. We'll see how this team ends up coming out. In the end, it's not a bad team. Bledsoe, the Baptist, Mirotic, Torian Prince, Jabari Parker, Batum, Markkanen, Aldridge, Conley, DeRozan, Booker, Lou Williams, and JaVale McGee as that last pick. The Blue Swimmer went for $1. Alan Crabb. Isaiah Thomas went for $1. Bismack. Who's throwing out Bismack Biyombo? What the? This is the same guy that before threw out Vince Carter. Now he's throwing out Bismack Biyombo. What is going on? Why are these the 2 players getting auto-nominated? That is an absolute nonsense way to end that guy's draft. I don't know where he went or what that bullshit was, but that was ridiculous. Spencer Dinwiddie. Josh is throwing him out there for $1. We are closing in on the final 29 picks of this draft, which should start flying through as they're only like $1, $2 bids on most players. Barner's got 4 to go with $14. Josh has got 1 to go with $1. Catron's got 2 to go with $2. Trevor Ariza is out there for $2. Now Kyle's got 2 to go with $7. James has got 1 to go with $2. Ehrenberg has got 8 to go with $8. Fantasy Sports Tom has 2 players for $3. Apotria's got 1 player for $5. Nick So Sick has 7 players for $7. That's a Stars and Scrubser. What's his team look like in his Stars and Scrubs mode? Holiday, Beal, Crabbe, Harris, Jokic, Turner. Not so sure about that. Look, he's got a little bit of depth there, but the back end of that team is going to look pretty bad, I think. So who do we think has got the best team at the moment? Let's go through everyone's team while we're just rounding out. Andy Wiggins went for $3. Bam Adebayo went for $2. Let's look at Josh's team. Dinwiddie, Hayward, Josh Hart, LeBron, Durant, Horford, Griffin, Bumba, Heald, Gordon, Pirtle, and Sabonis. You got Catronet with Curry, Middleton, Gaz Harris, Porter, Jaren Jackson, Rondé, Hollis Jefferson, Gobert, Adams, Lopez, Schroeder, and Thad Young. Barner's got Chris Paul, Don Mitchell, Jim Butler, the Rooster, Kevin Love, Julius Randle, Enes Kanter, Serge Ibaka, Alfred Payton, and Andy Wiggins. Kyle just grabbed Chetty Osman for $5. I think Osman's going to be pretty good this year. James's swag team, Jim Harden, Kyrie, Jamal Murray, Harrison Barnes, Clint Capella, Jarrett Allen, Jordy Bell, Bam Adebayo, Ingles, Rubio, Levert, Bagley, and Isaac. Kyle's team's done. Oladipo, Zach LaVine, Lonzo, Gordon, Gordon, Drummond, Embiid, Nurkic, Cauley-Stein, DeJounte, Hazonia, Fournier, Ariza, and Chetty. Greg's team's nowhere near completed, so I won't go to him. One last dance. Westbrook, Richardson, Simmons, Ingram, Nance, Howard, Whiteside, Jordan, Wolford, Smith, Kuzma, and Evans. Tom's team, who's just thrown out Dwayne Wade for $1. I don't like that. Tom has got Teague, Barton, Doncic, Antetokounmpo, Porzingis, Warren, Towns, Valanciunas, Young, Nowitzki, Olynyk, Wade. He's done well to fill out his roster after spending big on those 2 guys early. Apotria has got McCollum, Kyle Anderson, Kyle Lowry, Draymond Green, Paul Millsap, Marc Gasol, Boog Cousins, D'Angelo Russell, Dragic, Šarić, Wendell Carter, and Isaiah Thomas. Nick So Sick, too many players left. And then all fake aminus: Kemba, Paul George, Klay Thompson, Tatum, Vucevic, Covington, Aten, Biyombo, Dunn, Hardaway, Mello, JJ Redick, and Vince Carter. Some real weird picks there to end out that team. Bogdanovich just went for $1. Bargain. We're really rounding out the $1 guys now. Who is going to be next? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What? Now, if Patrick Beverley gets moved, that can open up some stuff for Shai, and I think he's going to be interesting. But rookie point guards are generally pretty shit, and there are still some other options there, like Milosh, like Ty Wallace, who was retained, Avery Bradley, Lou Williams. There are still a few other guys there in that area. So Shai goes for $1. Let's have a look. Taj Gibson for it. I knew that Mike was going to take Taj. He loves Taj. I'm not as interested in Taj Gibson. His playing time, his production really, really dipped at the end of last season. De'Aaron Fox, this is massive here for Barner. $1 for De'Aaron Fox. He's got the money to outbid anybody on him if he wants. He doesn't even need to. Yeah, that is a massive steal for Barner. De'Aaron Fox at $1 is huge. Jaylen Brown is still available. There is some real value here at the end of this draft. The Chief Al-Farouq Aminu, Jez Lamb still there. Pat Beverley still around, who the rumors are of him being traded to the Suns. Jaylen Brown, nominated by Greg. Now, if Barner wants him, he's got 2 roster spots and $10. He can go and grab Jaylen. I probably would. I wouldn't let him go at that $1. Greg getting him at $1, though, is great for Greg's team. Obviously, I'm not a massive Jaylen Brown guy, but that's really, really nice. Reggie Jackson at $1. Really strong from Tom to get him at $1. Some good value there. And really regretting that JaVale pick. It was just more to piss Kyle off than anything else. Barner swooped in and got Jackson for $2. That's pretty strong there from him as well. Don't forget that code word, yeast, if you're still listening. James Johnson at $1. $1 for Jim Johnson. I actually went and saw the lead singer of Lagwagon, Joey Cape. He had a solo show a couple of weeks ago. It was really good. Big fan of that. So it was good to see Joey live in concert here. And by concert I mean band room at a bar in Fitzroy. Jeremy Lin at $1. I think that's a value play there for Jez as well. Really rounding this draft out now. We don't have many picks left at all. We've got 13 picks remaining, and my team is starting to slowly climb up the projected rankings list now that Greg has got 7 players on his team. I think I'll end up about 5th or 6th best overall team, which is not bad. It's not as ideal as I want it to be. A few missteps here and there. The auctions are just the wild, wild west in terms of fantasy. Rudy Gay for $1. Love that from Greg. That really, really helps his team to get a guy like Gay there for $1. Greg's still got 5 guys to fill out on his roster. Jeez. And so does Nick So Sick. They're going to be trading back and forward $1 guys. Addicts Tom just got The Undertaker for $2. Derek Favors is going for $1 to Nick So Sick. Katron's bidding his last guy, Seth Curry, for $1. I'm not sure there's much upside with Seth unless one of Lillard or McCollum gets injured. I still do like Seth. I'm just not sure there's much upside there in him. Bazemore for $1 for Greggy Ehrenberg. A strong $1 player as well. It's just going to be lots of these $1 back and forwards now. So Greg's going to grab Bazemore at $1. Brogdon's going to go for $1 for Nick So Sick, and they're just going to round out this draft for us. The Chiefs still around. So what I'd do here is immediately after this draft, I'd drop McGee and I'd go pick up Aminu. Jeremy Lamb for $1. You've got Avery Bradley still around. Good Smart could help with steals. There's some options here, definitely. DJ Augustine, Jaron Grant is still around. Well, Avery Bradley just went for $1. Good value, even though he was terrible last season. That's good value. Markieff Morris is around for $1. Scotty Hobson, apparently Yahoo thinks he's worth looking at. Pascal Siakam goes to Greg for $1. Not a bad option for him as well. We're a couple of picks away here from finishing this off. Greg's got 2 left. Who was that last one? Miloš Teodosic goes for $1. So Greg's got 2 left. Nick So Sick has got 1 left, which I believe is Chris, who's running that team. The table, Montrezl Harrell just went for $1. Last 2 picks off the board coming here. I'm immediately grabbing Aminu, Bojan Bogdanovic for $1. And the last pick in this draft is Greggy Ehrenberg, and he is going to auto bid and take who? Colin Sexton. So that is your draft done. Guys, I hope you enjoy that. To my team, you can look at it there. Apparently Yahoo doesn't realize that I can move John Collins into the center spot. Hey, all good. So let's see. So at the end of my projected standings, I was last that whole time. Once everyone got to 13 teams, because of my well-rounded, balanced team, I jumped up to third. One last stand, so I really liked his team. He projected first, Greg projected second, then me, Barner, Addix Tom, Kyle, Katron, Apotria, all fake Aminus, James's swag team. Very relevant. Who's very relevant? Did someone change their name and I wasn't aware of it? How did that happen? Who's very relevant? Is that Nick So Sick? It must be. Yeah, very relevant there last. And then last is Alex's team, which was Josh, who came in last in my projected standings. I can look at how that looks in Kyle's projected standings. It probably looks a little bit better for him. He moves up. I'm still coming in third. And if I combine the projections on Basketball Monster, I still finish third. So in the end, I end up being okay with that. I've kept you guys for far too long here. Subscribe to this podcast. Again, if you are still listening, hey, if you're still listening now, let's throw 2 code words out there. Yeast and sweat. They're the 2 words. Yeast, sweat. Combine them. Hashtag yeast, sweat. Send it to me if you're still listening. Subscribe. 5-star rating. 5-star review. Apple Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe. Thumbs up. You know the drill. I'm dying here. I am out. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya. I forgot how to push the buttons. JaVale McGee.